Today, the ad finally went live earlier tonight, so that's really exciting. Made a few posts there for anyone that follows me on socials. I'm sure you've seen it now. If you haven't, please go check it out. Chuck us a like if you can, if you want to, if you do like it. So see how that goes. But I am sick of looking at this screen today. I tell you that right now. I'm gonna share with you today a little bit about what I had to do to get that ad off the ground, because that was an absolute nightmare. Today was not easy. The ad is now live, thank God, but Meta was not cooperating whatsoever. For those that haven't used the Meta Facebook suite before, I truly envy you. I had accounts everywhere, and then for an Instagram page to be linked, you need a Facebook page. So I had two of those. I had two Meta profiles or business profiles that didn't need to exist. And this all essentially stemmed off the back of the fact that I needed an ad account. I was allowed to have one ad account because on my newest Facebook business account, but on the older one that I've had for a few years, for a different Instagram profile I had for my golf, I was allowed 5. So the goal ended up being trying to get all of these accounts onto the one where I was allowed 5. And then just pulling on that thread turned into an error message after an error message after an error message. And Facebook do a terrible job of explaining what the error messages are. And you're left to your own devices to try and figure out, okay, have I ticked all the boxes? Thankfully, they make up for it, or the AI makes up for it. Their AI chat is extremely helpful. Kind of gave you a few starting points, and then what I couldn't get out of that, I got out of Google Gemini, which was huge help. When I go to set up ads now, it'll be so much easier. But for example, today, this ad was ready to go at 11 o'clock this morning. And I finished at 6:30 with about a half-hour break, maybe an hour break in there. Watched some Mentalists and had some lunch because I was just about to flip my lid. But we got there in the end, and that's all that matters, truly. So I'm glad. It's running for 7 days at this stage. I'll share some insight once I get to the other end of that 7 days and kind of unpack what's come from it, if anything. I'm also now wanting to set up the Google ad or Google side of the business, so that if someone searches photography or sports photography in this area, I want to be able to show up. I understand that these videos are a lot of me talking at the moment. That will change, I promise. I want to do some more content around the shoots that I do and some of the photos that I take and some behind the scenes stuff. I go back to shooting NBL 1 games in about 2 weeks. So the first game I'm shooting is on the 28th of March. So I want to do some stuff around that as well, and the lead up to it, and maybe some of the kit I use for that versus what I might use for another shoot. Tomorrow we dive into Google Business and setting up accounts and SEO, because I'd also like to have the Adobe portfolio website show up, and whether that is good enough or I need to make another website or not for that to work. So we'll unpack a little bit of that all tomorrow. We'll see you for day 10.